welcome to Beads Jar. My name's Billy and today's project is a rather more manly affair, so we've gone for a chunky Byzantine chain with a braided leather using the kumihimo fastenings. For this project we're going to be using these large 8mm antique silver jump rings. We've got our Fevikwik glue, our kumihimo end set, accessory set, 2 pairs of flat nose pliers, and I've also used 2 meters of leather. Now I've actually started this project with the gluing because it needed to set before I could do my plait with the leather. So I've just used the Fevikwik in the kumihimo end to secure that, and I've got 3 strands of 1/2 meters. So 3 1/2 meter strands in that. Okay, so what we're going to do is start our Byzantine chain mail. So we're going to do a small section of the chain mail and then we'll do a plait with the leather and connect the fastening on this end. In order to start my chain mail, I'm going to open one of the oval rings. So you just want to hold one side and then push one away from you. And that's going to hook onto the end. Now before I've closed this, I'm going to add my 2 full 8mm rings onto the open jump ring here. I've also, if you notice, got some that I've pre-opened, so about half the quantity of pre-opened jump rings just to make it easier for you. So we're going to pop that on, and we want the second one on there as well. So we've got 2 8mm jump rings going on, and then we're going to close that jump ring back together. So the oval ring is now getting closed. Okay, so I've got 2 rings here connected to the oval ring, and now I'm going to connect another 2 onto those 2. So that's why I've got my pre-opened jump rings here, and that's just going to go on. So I've got 1. Close that together, and another one on there as well. So we've got our 2 links on that one, and then I'm going to add another 2 onto that. Right, so I've got 6 rings in total, and this is where it looks a bit complicated. So I'm going to hold the 2 middle ones in between my thumb and forefinger, and then I'm going to split the rings off, so one's flopping one side and the other to the right hand side or left hand side, and then we're going to push them down so they've gone over to the side. And then you're going to push them upwards and open the 2 top ones. So we're effectively going to grab these 2 with our next ring. So we've got an open jump ring, and that's going to come across and sit in between those, so it keeps those 2 flop down and overlapping each other. So I'm just going to close this top jump ring now. So, and I'm going to put another jump ring alongside the last one we've just placed as well. So it's going to go through those 2. To this I'm now going to add another 2 rings, and we're just going to continue with that same method, building up the Byzantine chain. So we've got 4 2, 4 and another set of 2 6 rings, and then we do a fold down again. So we've now got another 6 rings on, and again we're going to flop the 2 ones down, so I'm holding them and they're going to separate and go down, and then we push that back up and separate these 2 to either side, catching the 2 previous ones with another ring. And we're just going to keep going. I'm going to do another section, another 3 sections like so on that one. Right, so we've continued, and this is how your chain will now look. So we've done the other sections, and then I've got my 2 last rings that I've added here. And at this point I'm going to attach one side of my fastenings. So I've got a toggle clasp here, and I'm going to attach that jump ring onto, I'm going to use a single ring to connect those 2 together, and then this and the kumihimo side will be for the leather when we've got to that stage. So I've just opened ring through the 2 and attach onto the loop of your fastener as well. Nice and straightforward, this bit. And then we just want to close that back together so that is attached. And then we're going to do a plait. A plait with the cords that we've got here. So just a straightforward plait. I'm just going to, keep my finger on there for me. Ask my friend for assistance. Could you hold this, please? Just for a moment. So you may need to ask someone to help a little bit just while you get the plait started. So I'm just going to do a straightforward plait with the leathers. Just crisscrossing over to the desired length that I want. And I'll also be using my able assistant for his wrist size as well. Okay, so I'm just going to have a quick check that that's the right length that I'm requiring. So I'm happy with that, and now I'm just going to secure the end into my kumihimo. So I'm just going to cut off the excess thread that I don't require. And I also cut an extra smaller piece for the use in my kumihimo end because it's just not quite snug enough, and basically it'll just stop any movement and obviously make the fastening more secure. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue together on them, and then I'm also going to fill the cap. You don't need to go mad, it's good strong glue, but you do want a bit in there. And then I'm going to put those ends in. And this is where I'll show you how to use the little bit. So there's a bit of movement in the fastening, so I'm actually going to wedge that extra piece of leather down inside with those other pieces, and this will make my fastening really secure. So it'll be hidden out of sight, and just for extra safety I'm just going to squeeze another drop of glue down into the clasp. That will set pretty quick. The Fevikwik's very good. That's already quite firm on there. And it's quite simply to finish it, and you can wait at home for the glue to set first, but I'm just going to finish this one to show you. So we're going to open that last jump ring, and we're going to go through the fastener and also the T of our toggle clasp, and we're going to close that back together. Just make sure there's no gap in your jump ring. And that gives you your fastener for this side. So you've got half Byzantine chain and a plaited leather on that side, which I think works really well, and it's a more manly looking bracelet. We hope you enjoyed the project, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Give us a thumbs up and like our YouTube page, and also subscribe to see the latest videos that we produce. Let us know if you've got any comments or feedback or projects that you'd like to see us do in the future. Bye for now. Bye.